www.gettingpositivekarmanow.com presents the series Healing Thursdays with Nalin K. Nirula.
Be grateful, one would be helpful, patient, be patient in life.
How would you practice being grateful?
By being
Happy with what you have.
Yeah, instead of always looking.
Are you?
Yes, I am truly at my.
But everybody is not like that. No, so be grateful means what?
Not complaining. Not complaining.
But you do. So being grateful is not so easy as it sounds. So what is it?
To have an understanding, one is very fortunate to be placed where one is.
That understanding is very short-lived. When you think about it, yes, but it goes off suddenly in that moment. And then
So the only way that you can always be grateful is to be wanting what is happening at that moment, not resisting it. So whatever is happening, don't resist it, and you say, yes, this is the way it is to be, and let me see what I can do.
even for my reaction,
Yes, even if something bad is happening, okay, this is the way it's supposed to be, and I should flow with it, rather than oppose it. And in that flowing, you will find the solution. It's not that you should neglect taking action or corrective action, but you don't have to resist what's happening. And that's the point where the complaining comes from. That's the point where lack of gratefulness comes from. That's where the heartburn comes from.
you should reflect back in some sense.
It is like you heard, we've all heard the statement, Jo kuch ho raha hai, acha ho raha hai. Whatever is happening is for the best. But we say it invariably or hear it said in a defeat way. It's defeatist. That I have no option, I'm stuck, okay, so whatever is happening is for the best. But I resent it, I resist it. So when you are actually in that place without resistance and without resentment, that is gratitude. That this is good for me. Even if it is, let's not go into whether it's good or bad even. Let's not make those judgments. Let's say that I am flowing with it. That is a better way to put it. That I am flowing with what is happening. I'm not resisting that flow. I'm not saying I'm going along and say, okay, whatever is happening, let it happen. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that this is my karma, so let me just, float. No. You do. Whatever action you're supposed to do, you're needed to do actually. And not resist it. So this is something that you have to think about. What does this mean? Not resisting. Yes.
To understand actually for me.
No, it's for anyone. So if I tell you that no matter what is happening, don't resist it, but take action that is required. What does that mean?
So not resisting means not complaining.
No, that we already established.
Let's say if I take an example.
But not complaining externally, internally also.
Maybe if I take an example, maybe it will help.
What happens? No, wait. Stay with this. This is interesting. What happens if you look into a situation which is very uncomfortable for you, and then you are told, don't resist it, but take the appropriate action. So what happens at that time? Think about any such thing.
So you're able to deal with it.
What happens inside you?
We sulk.
What happens?
If I don't want to do anything internally and I'm told to do it.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying the statement is, whatever is happening to you, you should want that to happen. You should not resist it, but you should take the appropriate action. So what happens when you meditate on this? No, don't be in a hurry. What does this mean? What happens?
Taking ownership.
Reflect on it.
I'm not asking you for an answer. I'm asking you to look within. There's no answer to it as such. I'm saying that what happens, what is the process that goes on?
Internal thinking takes place.
No, it doesn't. That's wrong. Actually, it's the opposite. When you are placed in such a thing, your mind stops. When your mind stops, then a solution can come out. When there is that silence, because you're in that place without resistance, and you are neither going against it, you're going with it, but you're not resisting it. You are flowing with what is happening, and then you are acting to take the appropriate action without resistance. It doesn't mean without opposition. Now you have to wrap your mind and thinking process around that statement. That you don't resist.
It happens in some condition.
That is the way to be grateful. That is the place to be internally satisfied. Because the balance will only come under such a condition of lack of resistance to acceptance and acknowledgement of what is happening. So you should want to have that thing. So that acceptance is taken care of, that I accept that this is happening. Now what do I do? That's the point. Not that, in the past this was against me. This one was conspiring, events were conspiring, people were conspiring. My time was not right. My Rahu was bad, my Shani was bad. Nonsense. This is the only way you can defeat the debilitating effects of movements or what is programmed for you in terms of your karma to the extent that it's programmed. Because you always have the free will to take a choice, and this choice is the choice which will take you out of the confusion. Not resisting, just being aware. And in that awareness of non-resistance, you will get the answers to what you need to get the answers, and you will be satisfied. But I am acting. It is not that I am without action. So this is something that you have to actually practice and see how it works for you. There's no other way to do it. Nobody can convey the essential aspect of it, and you have to actually focus on these words and then actually go and practice it. So that's your homework.
Did you have to work on it, or was it natural?
Everyone has to work on it. Of course I had to work on it. And it was there for some time, and it disappeared, and it was there, and it came and went. I did not understand the significance of it for a long time. But yes, with practice you get it. You get it with practice. So each of you have had this experience, actually. You need to make that experience present, not something that happened in the past. So by doing this, your mind will absolutely become silent. And then the truth will reveal itself to you. That is how that works.
So our attitude of gratitude also, it guides in this way.
Yes, it is guiding you. But you actually need to do something. All verbal guidance, all those things are guides only. They are not the actual thing. They are not the doing. You need action.
Does it require a constant reminder for yourself?
It requires practice.
Even practice that I have to practice this would require a constant guidance.
Initially, yes, but then it becomes like something you practice sufficiently, it becomes natural. It's like a child is learning to walk. After a while, nobody's thinking about how to walk, you just walk. So the same way you will just flow. It's the same with healing. You practice, and then after a while or at some point there will be that the healing is just flowing. So that's how you be with the energy. There's no formal method. But when you're not in that zone, then you need the method. So practice.
So with healing, that state will automatically come?
It will. You have already experienced it. You have not paid attention to it sufficiently, perhaps. Each and every one of you have already experienced this many, many times. Yeah. So just be with it a little more. That's all. So the less the distractions, the less the clutter, even in your mind, even in your environment, the more conducive to this it is. Okay, so we'll leave it here for today. Thank you for coming on Healing Thursday, and we have some nice chola kulcha for you. Brain work requires food, so let's have some nice prasadam. हाँ जी, वो नीचे लगा दीजिए चने को.
You've been healing your karma with the series Healing Thursdays with Nalin K. Nirula on www.gettingpositivekarmanow.com.